Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you those of you that are watching the replay. I can see my Wi-Fi is a little bit choppy, but hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you can actually hear me. So excited today to do some mini readings. We have one person on the list, and so the list is pretty open. If you want to get on the list for a mini reading, you can send $25 to my PayPal, and once I get that notification, I add your name to the list, and then we will when it's your turn, call your name and then go right into your reading. So welcome in. I have a couple of announcements to make before we dive into readings. But hello, Jeanette. Hello, Nelly. And hello, everyone that's here. Let me actually get that list going. It's been quite a long day. Feels like it anyways. All right, here is my pen. Yes. Okay, so what is today? Oh my God, it's May 2nd. That is insane. That's just crazy. All right, so Jeanette is on the list. Okay, good. Awesome. Thank you for confirming that, Jeanette. So Jeanette's the only one on the list right now. So, okay, so the announcement that I wanted to make, I'm actually really excited. So we just finished our level 1 of the Moon Goddess training. We literally went through the 9-week program, and this last weekend we finished with the Giza Pyramid. If you know nothing about the Moon Goddess training, it is an ancient mystery school focused on the ancient Atlantean tradition and the initiatic path that was taken over 12,000 years ago along the pyramids along the Nile, and temples and pyramids along the Nile. So this ancient path teaches Hermetic alchemy, the laws of the universe, the dimensions and how they work, sacred geometry, astrology. Basically, how did we learn everything we learned in the ancient mystery schools? And it definitely had to do with going through the chakras as well, and going through this whole journey of like expansion, understanding, deep knowledge, and in the end was able to take us into the Akashic records. And there's an ancient Atlantean school that was called the Arsayan, and you guys may have heard that name. Matías de Stefano uses it a lot. This is a name that came from him. And the Arsayan were those who spoke with the world. So their whole job of going through the mystery school was to learn to speak with the Akashic records, basically. And so the Moon Goddess training is an inspiration. It was inspired from Matías de Stefano's teachings, and it is a journey to basically understand how to dive into the Akashic records, what they are, and how you can begin to have a relationship with them and eventually actually learn to do Akashic record readings. And so with finishing level 1, you are now able to sign up for level 2. Hello, Raven, welcome in. And with okay, awesome. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, an extended starseed reading. Yes, those are amazing too. But basically, we're now enrolling for level 2. So if you have done level 1, if you did level 1 last year, I did 2 sessions of level 1 last year of the Moon Goddess training, one in January and one in April, then you are now eligible to sign up for level 2. And obviously level 3 is coming up as well. So I am super excited to bring the information of that to you guys tonight as we get ready for these readings. So I'm going to do a little screen share, and I also can see my Wi-Fi is a little bit funky. It's like coming in and out. So I hope that it works. Hopefully it settles out. I'm going to let it, sit for a second while I'm doing this. And, cause I want to show you guys something on the screen. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to flip over to here. And basically what I want to show you is the overview of the level 2 program. And there has been an updated schedule, like updated times. We're still going to meet on Saturdays. It's going to be from 2 to 5 on Saturdays starting June 10th. And there's a couple of Saturdays that we actually skip. So the path to become a certified Akashic records reader. This training is part 2 of a 3-part series with the end goal of becoming certified as an Akashic records reader. The underlying theme of this level 2 is to apply the teachings gained from level 1 deeply in your personal life, inviting you to heal from trauma and awaken your intuitive abilities that will help you tap into and read the Akashic records. This level 2 experience will take you on a deep dive into understanding your karma and how to heal it, your wounding patterns from childhood, your human design, your astrology, your enneagram, the laws of the universe, practical application, and tools to help you alchemize your emotional energy and use it to evolve and step into your creativity. During these 9 weeks, we will learn all about ourselves and each other. The program is designed to take you on a journey of discovery of who you are at a deep personal level while guiding you in a group coaching style so that at the same time, we're also learning from our relationship to each other. Hello, Jill. Welcome in. The details. The program starts June 10th with our orientation session, and we're going to meet for 9 Saturdays, or 9 weeks total. Starting on June 17th are the sessions, but June 10th is the orientation. And so we'll be meeting from 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific, 5 to 8 p.m. Eastern. All meetings will be held on Zoom and will be recorded, and there are replays to watch afterwards. So if you want to dive in, here's what we're going to go into in way more detail. Hello, Rachel. Welcome in. We're going to dive into the Gene Keys Venus sequence. We're going to dive into astrology, looking deeper into our natal chart, and also how to possibly read other people's charts as well. Progressions, synastry, and composite charts. So that's actually pretty freaking exciting. We're also going to learn human design, type, strategy, authority, profile, incarnation, cross, and not self theme to help you use these qualities to live life by your unique design, which in turn will make life flow much more easily for you. We will do a 40-day meditation, which is super powerful to like cut all the blocks that are in the way of you truly healing and releasing and healing karma. We'll learn about the Enneagram and what your Enneagram type is and how to basically understand how that works. And obviously have these powerful Akashic record journeys. Hello, Raessa, welcome in to these amazing Akashic journeys that are basically everything that you're going to learn how to do readings for in level 3, we do in level 2. We'll also talk about more alchemy and the laws of the universe. And it's going to be freaking amazing. So super epic. And there we are. So June 10th, you guys, if anybody is interested in taking level 2, there's 2 options to purchase level 2. And one of them is you can purchase it all by itself, which is 1111, and payment plans are available. So if you need a payment plan, just reach out to me and we can figure out the payment plan that will work best for you. If you want to do level 1 and level 2 together, that's also an option. And it is for $2,000. You can get level 1 and level 2. And that's discounted. Basically, there's $222 discounted, I believe, off of that price. I don't do math very well. But anyways, super, super exciting. And just wanted to share that with you guys because we are ready to move forward with our journey. And I have another special announcement that is happening, and it regards the Moon Goddess training as well. And so the way that it works, the new program that I'm going to be basically evolving is a self-study course of the Moon Goddess training. So level 1 and level 2 will become self-study. And the way that's going to work is I have created the Moon Goddess cohort, which is a once a month. Hello, Ariel. Welcome in. It's a once a month. For now, it's once a month meeting. I'm sure we're going to add more. Knowing me, I'm already thinking of 40-day meditations together and like practices and all this stuff. But to join the Moon Goddess cohort, it will be a membership and it's only $9.99 a month. So those of you that sign up now, I'm sure the price will go up eventually, but if you sign up now, you will basically get grandfathered into that price, which is really exciting. And we will be meeting, like I said, once a month to discuss all of the topics of the Moon Goddess training. So if you graduated from level 1, 2, or 3, you are going to, you're actually open, you're available to, eligible to sign up for the Moon Goddess cohort, which is already available in our Channel for Grace platform, Mighty Network. And remember to always sign up for everything on your computer in the browser, because it will not let you sign up within the app. In the app, everything says it's not available for purchase. So you're going to get that sign every time you even try to sign up for anything. You got to do it through the app. Ariel says self-study would be awesome for me. I'm only held back because of the kids. Yes. So I know there's a lot of you that would work really well for. So I'm moving in that direction, so that more people can actually sign up for it and do the course, and then just once a month meeting to come in and ask questions about any of the content. It's going to be super, super amazing. So you guys are getting on the list. So I'm going to check PayPal and then update the list. And I think I might also reset my Wi-Fi too, because it's being really, really annoying. So we had Solmana. I can't remember. Is that you, Ariel? I think it's Ariel. And then Rachel right after that. I think if I reset my Wi-Fi, it'll get better, although it's really going like in and out, and I don't know why. Let me look at the chat. Okay. So it looks like it's okay. I am not sure if I can get a sitter once a month. It's hard with such small kids. Yeah, totally. Okay, got it. That's what I thought. I just couldn't remember. So, let's see. It looks like it's okay. So we're just going to go for it, and hopefully the Wi-Fi settles. Okay. Okay. So, so many questions. I want to talk about 41st Gene Key. I got the book and read the part, and I'm overwhelmed. All right. I'm still watching the Wi-Fi. I'm kind of just looking at it like, is it going to get better? Because does the thing keep freezing for you guys? The video? I know you guys can probably hear me fine, but the video seems to be freezing. Let me go out and back in on my phone and see what happens there. It's like kind of freezing, kind of not. Okay, so please don't all send your questions all at once. That's not how this works. You have to wait till I call your name. And when I call your name and it's your turn, that's when you put your question in the chat, and then we do your reading. So we are going to start with Jeanette. So I saw that you posted your question in the chat. I would like a human design chart for my grandchild. So the order is Jeanette, then Ariel, and then Rachel. I would like a human design chart for my grandchild, Stella. She enjoyed her natal chart reading and is... somebody just signed up for the Moon Goddess cohort. Fuck yeah. Welcome. I think it said Maria, but either way, so excited. Hell yeah. Okay. She enjoyed her natal chart reading and is interested in more insights. Okay. Very cool. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to sharing the screen on my iPad so I can pull up her human design. And we're also going to go to Maya Mechanics. Okay. So somebody said not freezing, no freezing. Okay, good. No freezing. Okay, perfect. So I'll just carry on then. The thing goes red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green on my end. So I don't know what you guys are seeing on your end, but for me, it looks like it just keeps freezing, but I'm glad that it's not. Okay. So here we go. I would like to change this to, I don't know why it's doing this. Okay, let's just add a new chart. Okay. So let's put Stella. Is she watching? Just curious. Audio is good. Raven's like, audio is good. Oh, that's too funny. Oh, that's right. I didn't even switch this over. Silly me. Okay, I'm going to put the info in. So 7/12. Wait, the day's 12, the month is 7, and the year is 1999. And then the time is 01:55, and it's at PM. So what is that? Is that 13:55? Yeah. I think it's 13:55. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. There we go. And the city is Framing. There we go. Okay. Oh, hey. Okay, awesome. Stella is here. Yay. I love it. You get to watch your reading live. Okay, so So that would be 1355. I think I'm correct on that. And we got all the information. Let's create the chart. And this is it. I want the other type. I don't like this, but I guess, can you guys see that okay? It's kind of cool with the black background. I like it with the white background, but I guess we can leave it like this. How do I change it back? Let me go to settings. Oh, here we go. Yay. Okay, I like this way better. So here we go. Here's your chart. You are an emotional generator. So your strategy is to respond, which means that life for you, it's for all the generators. What's happening for you with your aura is really reaching out into its environment and kind of calling things in. And this is what we call like manifestation. Manifesting happens because of the law of attraction and law of rhythm and the law of vibration, and like all the 7 laws, the 7 hermetic laws of the universe are actually attracting things to you based off of your actions and your thoughts, mostly, because the most powerful thing to know in the universe is that everything is thought and everything is vibration. So any thoughts that we have will literally activate frequencies and vibrations that are kind of sent out like a sonar wave or something that says to whatever is out there, like, hey, come over here, I'm calling you. And whatever that frequency is will attract it to you. That's why you want to know your strategy, and that's why you want to know your authority, because this will help you to understand how to make decisions, big decisions in your life, and how to basically, like in a very practical way, live your best life. Your signature as a generator is satisfaction, which means that when you're living by your design, you will feel satisfied and happy with life. If you feel frustration at all in your life, which is the not self theme of the generator, it means you're not living in your design. There's something off. Whatever that is, you obviously have to like dive deep and figure it out. And when you do, you will really truly understand, you know, what is it that is not serving you in your life, and what is it that is not bringing you that joy and that happiness. But it's instant, because that frustration is what literally tells you you're not living in your design. So that's like your cue, right? Like the red flag goes up and it's frustration. So as long as you know how to get to that point and be like, and recognize and be aware of like what's actually happening, that's when you will be able to make changes in your life that will bring you that satisfaction that is your signature as a generator. You are also have you have emotional authority, and the strategy is to respond. So as life is coming towards you, meaning things are presented to you, your job is to respond to them with a yes or a no. However, you have this extra step of going through this emotional wave. So you are an emotional being in general. And this means that you have the wave that goes up and the wave that goes down, meaning like happy, sad, you know, and then neutral, to keep it simple. But you have this wave of emotions that are constantly in flux. And when you're in the high and you make decisions from the high, you may not actually, that may not be the actual answer, right? Let me give you a silly example. Someone says, hey, let's go to a party this weekend or something. And then you are like feeling amazing and you're like feeling really good. And you're like, okay, yeah, let's go. I'll definitely be there. But then your emotional wave kind of drops somewhere in between there. And it takes you to this place of not feeling like you want to go. But you already said yes. So that's, you know, you'd have to figure that one out yourself. But when you get to the place of neutrality, you realize that actually you do want to go. And it's okay to go through that freaking emotional wave like all the time. So here's the thing is that for you to be able to know what the answer is to something, whether it's a yes or a no, you have to wait until the neutral. energy. You have to wait until you have, and don't make promises until you have clarity, but you will not have clarity in the now. That's why it's difficult to have the emotional authority, because you really have to wait and see how you feel about it. And you have to tell people this. It's a really good thing to start to, let people know, like, I need a little bit of extra time to make decisions because, this is really important to me. I really sit with it, and I'll let you know. And so people will have to really get used to you being like, I'll let you know. And it's, and make sure, and people will have to be like, not insulted by that, I've had this exact situation happen many times. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's how that works. So it's really important to pay attention to your emotions, to know that you don't have you don't have awareness in the now. You have to wait and give yourself time to make decisions about things, especially if they're really important. Like, not about like, small things like eating, like, just eat, but you could maybe even eating is like a thing where you don't really know what you're going to eat until you're like, finally you go through the whole, like, yes, no, what, this or that. And then all of a sudden, boom, you like know what you want to eat. It's really funny. Raven says, I used to say yes to everything, recovering people pleaser here. Yeah. So it's important to make sure that you do not have clarity in the now, and you don't have anything to prove to anyone. And that's kind of the hardest one, I think. I also have an undefined ego. You don't have anything to prove, and you should not be making promises, because the truth is that you don't really have the willpower to keep promises, and it's not a negative thing. Like, there's a bunch of people in human design, including me, that have an undefined ego center, and that's like this one right here. And having an undefined ego center means we do not have willpower. We're not here to prove anything to the world, to anyone. And so when we let go and release of the need to prove ourselves to other people, that's when we'll get even more joy and satisfaction out of life. You also are prone to being really influenced by other people's thoughts and belief systems. So you have to be really careful about what the thoughts that you think, because honestly, a lot of times you probably feel thoughts and they're not yours. So if you can be influenced by other people's thoughts, can you imagine how much that can affect your own sense of self and inner knowing? Being so easily influenced by other people's thoughts and beliefs means that you have to not trust the mind. You can't trust your mind, because it could steer you totally in the wrong direction, and it's not consistent for you. You don't have like a consistent way of like thinking or being inspired. It's like inspiration comes and goes. You're really open to inspiration, but it's the belief systems that can get stuck in your head, the conditioning of other people telling you like, this is this and this is that, and you have to like follow these rules. But those are things that you can't really rely on, because you don't know where they're really coming from. I know it sounds super weird, but it's like, it makes sense. So what can you rely on? So you have consistent energy. You have consistent life force to do the things that you want, to do life, right? Basically, right? You have this like inner energy that just flows through you when you're doing things that you love. When you're doing things that you love, it's going to be all frustration. You have a sense of self. You know who you are, and you will be that, forever, and you have a direction. And so knowing that, it's like, you don't have to prove your identity to anybody, you just have to be you and know who you are. You also have this identity, this knowing of who you are. You express it through your voice, through what you say and through what you manifest. So like, your identity manifests into the world. And it's something that you can definitely count on for like your sense of direction to like really express itself in the world, like where you're going and, what you're doing and why you're here. You have answers to these things, and they're strong for you. So you just have to keep following that path. And then you may also have very powerful, intuition. It's just not your authority. And you have strong, sacral energy, which means this knowing in your body, but it's not your authority. Authority is emotional for you. You also have a defined root, which means you are able to handle stress, or you have a consistent way of handling stress in your life. So what the ultimate thing that I want to say for you is that your wisdom comes much more through your body. Your intuition flows much more through your body than it does through your mind. So get out of your head and into your body, and that will be the key to you like really fully being in your your alignment. So that's what I got for you. There you go. So now we have Ariel, and I'm glad that that resonated for you. So, okay, let me look at the comments real quick. Awesome. She says, yes, this is so accurate. I love it. Ah, that's funny, Raven. Wow, that's insane. I use my voice a lot, and I'm a performer and a proud trans woman. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know who you are, and you know, it's like it comes through your voice. Your identity comes through your voice. So that's awesome. That's something you can actually count on. Other people have undefined G's like me. I have an undefined G center, so I don't have a direction in my life. Like, my personality kind of ebbs and flows, and I change depending on who I'm in front of. It's crazy, you know? So it's a pretty big difference. Like, some people, like, human design is just amazing, like the information that it can give you. So Ariel, are you here? You are next on the list. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. Okay, so gene keys, quick dive into the 41st gene key as my conscious sun and moving out of the shadow of the shadow expression. Okay, so I think what I can do, let's see if we can actually do this on my iPad, and I can pull it up here. Let's try this. Give it a second because everything is slow. And it's going. Okay, there it goes. Free profile. Thanks for your patience, everybody. All right. Okay, the birth city. There it is. And then day 25, month, April 2230. Oh, wait. Sorry, looking at the wrong thing. 87. And then 22. 33. Okay. Let's pull it up. Jude, I'm pretty sure you're probably still watching. I just checked the email real quick. I saw that you were sending emails, so I'm going to add your name to the list, and then I'll send you the I'll send you the link to pay for the reading afterwards. Okay. So, 41st. Okay, so it's over here. Does this look correct? Let's double check that. The 41st gene key is actually not your conscious sun. The 41st gene key is your unconscious sun. It's your design sun. Oh no, it's okay. They're related. Like they are like yin and yang. So the 41st gene key in your gene keys is your design sun, which basically was marked the day 88 days before you were born. That's what determines the design sun. But in the gene keys, we call it our radiance. And so what is the radiance? This is important to know about this specific gene key. The radiance is the inner light that starts to shine through once you literally start to peel off the layers of the onion that are not you. Because there's an inner light inside. There's like a really beautiful story of the eagle and the scorpion. And it has to do with the eagle who basically flies overhead, swoops down because he has to close his eyes and become the scorpion and feel from within. And once you go inward, and this is what we do in the Temple of Kom-Ombo, in the Moon Goddess training, we go into the darkness and we face all the shadows, moving through all of the chakras. And to understand them and heal them, you have to face them and see them with your eyes closed. So the radiance has to do with seeing the inner light that lives within, like in symbolic, with your eyes closed. No wonder I'm looking at this. I'm at this point spiritually, I think. The gene keys is very yin. The gene keys is not practical. It's contemplative. And so when you dive into the gene keys, you will be perplexed. You will be confused. You will go through these like different phases of understanding and knowing. And it basically has to do with you feeling it in body, mind, spirit. And the activation sequence, which the radiance is a part of, is activating your genius. It literally activates you. But the radiance doesn't just stand alone. The radiance has to do with the connection to the other three spheres. That's why it's important to do sequence by sequence. And what happens is, it starts here at your life's work. And working with the shadow of your life's work opens up the gift of altruism for you personally. And then unlocks, right, the evolution of your life. Working on transmuting the shadow of purposelessness opens up the gift of totality for you and helps you to evolve and shift. And that transformation, working with these two first shadows, is what causes breakthroughs. And the breakthroughs basically literally crack you open and show you that there's a truer side of you that lives inside, and it's very much connected to your body and the design side of your human design. And so the radiance will shine through once you crack through the wall, the outer shell of who you think you are. And so when you're working with this gene key and this shadow, you have to look at it as, this is my inner light. This is my true inner light. And how can I start to feel this more in my body versus in my thoughts or in my mind? And so you have the shadow of fantasy, the gift of anticipation, and the city of emanation. And the truth about these three words are really found in the book. And so I'm assuming you've read the chapter, right? That's what you said. I think that's what you said. And if you've read the chapter, you really have to ask yourself, in the context of this being your radiance, your inner light, how does this resonate for you? What feels like, what keeps you from shining bright? Is this shadow of fantasy? It's like living, I mean, we all know what fantasy is, but I'm sure he has a way deeper way of describing it. And that's why you get the book and read the chapter, because that's the part of contemplation that is your job, right? Because no one can tell you what this means for you truly. What you can do for yourself is ponder it and contemplate it. How in your life do you live in a fantasy? The first thing is acceptance that this is a shadow for you, right? Yeah, there you go. Indecision. It's like you know it deep down inside in your body. You know it, you know? You didn't miss it, Rachel. So that's, yeah, in fantasy, this resonated a little too much. That's what yeah, exactly. So you live your life in the shadow of fantasy until you let reality sink in. You know what I mean? Because fantasy takes you out of reality. And that's the shadow. Is like, what in your life, what thought patterns, what belief systems take you out of seeing the truth, of seeing the reality, of being transparent, like with yourself. And when you do that, when you see it, that is literally all it takes. Awareness is all it takes. That's why this is self-contemplation. The minute you become aware of it is the minute you like unlock the door. And then you have to start exploring the higher frequency of this energy, right? The gift found within the shadow, which is anticipation. And what is anticipation? Anticipation is being excited about what's coming, you know? Like letting go of, like allowing yourself to be here. And fantasy to me keeps you from anything coming into your life, really, because it blocks anything from coming in. And I'm sure he probably talks in some way, shape, or form about this, like how if you live in a fantasy, it's like you're not really here either to live life. You're not present, you know? But presence, it takes away the fantasy, right? When reality hits in, and yeah, it takes away the fantasy. You're no longer living in a fantasy. And that at first can feel, if you've been living in a fantasy world for so long, that it's like you're lying to yourself when you live in a fantasy, right? Because it's not reality. It's a possibility, but it's not reality. But the real things actually start coming to you when you stop living in the fantasy. Okay, this makes sense. I feel like I cracked the door and I'm excited about what we'll crack out. Love that. Yeah, because you crack the shell, especially with this fear, and then the true light starts to come in. So you also have line 6. And I was doing Gene Key's reading earlier. And so I'm going to read this to you. But fantasy it's fake. It's meditation, like visualization, I feel is different than fantasy. And I bet you he maybe even talks about that. Because when I think of fantasy, it's like, it's totally not real. It's like, it's just a dream that you have that keeps you from actually living life. So line 6, nurture. If you have a 6th line, this is what I teach in the Moon Goddess training. No, I can't seem to pull everything from there into reality, and I'm tired of that. More present now, but have a fear of choosing what to create. But it sounds like with the 41st, I can do anything. So line 6, nurture in the radiance sphere. If you have a 6th line radiance, then you probably hold a dream deep inside you. This dream may be something that has grown with you since you were young, and it's a dream that requires continual nurture. Your dream will go through many mutations over the course of your life, and it is important not to give up hope. Your radiance contains the necessary energetic ingredients of magnetism and experience to bring about the fulfillment of your dream. With a sixth sign, you may not even have a clear picture of the dream inside you, although you probably sense its presence. You therefore have to be very patient as the dream unfolds. Every experience that comes your way is an opportunity to polish the dream and give it more definition. Some experiences may even appear to shatter the form of the dream. Dude, this is crazy. In order that you can be reformed in a clearer and more practical way. The fact that the shadow is fantasy is fucking insane right now. As a sixth sign radiance, your gift is designed to emerge over the long term as an impulse at the cutting edge of human evolution. Because of this, you must take the long-term view and continue to nurture your deep intent of being of service to the whole. In time, the dream will then manifest and your role within the bigger picture will become completely clear, both to yourself and others. So I bet you that gave you a whole nother epic epiphany. So there you go. All right. That was a great question, by the way. I like the specific question. That's really good because this is how the Gene Keys is. It's like you have to take it one little bit at a time. If you go through the whole thing, try to do it all, like it takes time. It takes months. It takes years. It could take an entire lifetime to really uncover all the secrets in the Gene Keys, but work with these energies and understand them well and read that chapter over and over and let it sink in. Let it sink in. This is how I shine. This is my true light that wants to shine from within, but I got to work on the shadows of the two previous ones in order for this one to unlock. Yeah, so much to ponder. All right, love that. Awesome. Okay, so now we have Rachel. So you can go ahead and put up your question, Rachel. And while you do that, I'm going to go let my dogs back in because they were out in the yard. So give me 2 seconds. That's funny. They don't even want to come back in. Okay, so Rachel is next. Waiting for your question. Please put it in the chat. It is your turn. And then after Rachel, we have Jude. And let me check PayPal again to see if anyone else got on the list. Nope. Okay. All right. Transit birthday reading. Happy birthday. Another awesome reading. Okay. Your birthday is like the day right before the eclipse. Oh, 2:30. And okay. So why don't we actually focus on that? The eclipse. Because the eclipse is going to be opposing your sun. So I'm going to actually go forward to the right around there. All right. D5. Let me just get to the exact point of the eclipse. Okay. Yeah, your solar return is totally happening on the eclipse. So that's actually pretty cool. There's going to be a lot of energy activating your birthday, and it's going to be a revolutionary year. That's really what that means. I'm gonna pull a special birthday card for you too at the end. But yeah, it's gonna be a powerful year for you because it starts with this like full moon lunar eclipse in none other than the sign of Scorpio. And Scorpio is actually in your third house, and it's the house of communication. We did have a new moon solar eclipse, and it was in the sign of Aries, and that was in your 8th house. And so that was like about 2 weeks ago. It activated a lot of shift and change and like a new journey that led into a new adventure. And now you're coming to this place of completion, and the completion. So it was something, there was an ending. I think this Aries eclipse marked an ending for you and a new beginning, especially because it was in your 8th house. And now this full moon eclipse in Scorpio in your 3rd house of communication, basically directly on your Saturn, might feel kind of heavy. Like, because also Saturn is the Lord of time and karma. And he teaches us how to be more responsible and how to step into responsibility in our lives. And when you resist that, then Saturn teacher is a very harsh teacher. And so this is also going to be revisiting for you, interestingly enough, your Saturn return, because it's hitting obviously your Saturn. And so whatever Saturn return energy happened for you at around 29, 30 years old, that might be something that comes up, like the theme, the memory of that, or some more uncovering things coming to the surface, especially emotionally, because it is a full moon eclipse. Emotionally, you are being called to possibly revisit Saturn return energy, but really it's a purging. So it's a purging of old ways of communicating, old ways of manifesting, old ways of being seen, being heard, speaking your truth, and really letting go so that you can really truly speak your truth. And that's the key for you. This eclipse is opening the door for you to truly speak your truth, but it means you have to let go of anything that does not serve you at all, especially with what you say and how you say it and how other people hear you and who you say it to. Like, all of those things are very, very important. This is a theme that's been going on for you for a while. And it's been going on in the 3rd house, but this eclipse is really bringing it out to the surface. Letting go of being a child, it kind of feels. Yeah. Growing up. Yeah, definitely. Maturing, growing up, all of that. Super powerful. You've had Uranus pass over your sun in the last couple of years. That's kind of a big deal. And there's been already a lot of shifting and changing, transforming for you, your identity, your sense of self. And you're also been doing, this month is the month where you do a lot of spiritual integration. Like your birthday month for you, because it happens in your 9th house, is a spiritually integrating month. So to have this eclipse happening on your birthday it's almost like, think of also what's else coming up is the last 18 months or so, where the nodes have been in Taurus and Scorpio. Yeah, the year has been intense. It's because of the nodes. Nodes in Taurus and Scorpio on your sun and on your Saturn, and on your Mars and, soon to be on your Pluto. I mean, the story hasn't ended yet, but it's a powerful, could be a possible powerful culmination right now of eclipses that happen in Taurus and Scorpio. So think of the last 18 months and how that's coming to completion with this eclipse as well. This was a 3rd house year for me. So much intense communication. Yeah. So those are the biggest themes, it's a huge shift. but you are spiritually integrating. You're finding a new direction. You may be going in a new adventure, and it's exciting. But there's a lot of the baggage that has to be released and not taken into the new story. So actually really powerful. I want to pull a special birthday card for you from my new cards. What is this eclipse energy going to activate for Rachel? Hello, Christy. Welcome in. Okay, so the card that you got is Pleiadian activation. Really beautiful energy. Let's see if you have any Pleiades in your chart. You do. You actually, let me go back. You actually have your Chiron on 1 degree away from Alcyone, and Chiron is the wounded healer. This is the healing journey that you're on. It's very Pleiadian. I would recommend getting a starseed reading if you haven't gotten one yet, but this is about coming together, harmony in the heavens, and resolution. Like, dude. Yeah. So Pleiadian activation. The Pleiades are all about joy, bliss, happiness, creativity. And because they're on your Chiron, it's Chiron speaking to you saying, hey, you're doing massive healing right now. Massive healing with, trine Pluto. Exactly. Trine, yeah. Yeah. There's a lot there. So super exciting for you, Rachel. Happy early birthday, and I hope you enjoy it, and that this beautiful new journey that you're about to embark on is amazing and full of growth and adventure. So Sat Nam. All right. So dun, 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 dun. Okay, so Jude wants a human design reading. Okay, so do you know, Jude, what you want me to look at specifically, or anything that draws my attention? And let's pull it. Okay, the day is the 29th. The month is 6 and 1949. You're welcome, Rachel. The time is 4:35. So what's that in military time? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16:35. And Watertown. Okay. Oh my. I don't think I've ever looked at your chart before because I've never seen this chart before. Whoa. Oh wait, yeah, log me in. Okay. Where were we? Ah, it deleted it. Okay. We have to put it in again. You have a very interesting chart. Holy moly. 29/6/1949. 14, what did we say? No, we said 16. 35. This is fucking crazy chart, dude. Whoa. Okay, Watertown. Okay. Hello, Belinda. Welcome in. Here we go. Authority or whatever I need. Thanks. Okay, cool. This is really interesting. Like, you have a lot of undefined centers. You only have one defined channel, and part of it is unconscious energy for you, which you don't have conscious access to. It just naturally does its thing. You don't have to go against the current on that one. And it's the 36. Your design Mercury activates that 36. And you are a 5-1, which we've talked about before. I'm just kind of blabbing for a second while I hit what we need to talk about. It doesn't surprise me either, Jeanette. A jack of all trades. Wow. Hold on a second. We got to look at this. We got to look at it deeper. Yeah, so Raven hat, but this is the only channel. And this is going to be crazy because you have to recognize that you are extra fucking sensitive. And if you're not feeling good, you're in the wrong place with the wrong people. Like, you are very, 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 very susceptible to other people's energy. And this is funny because what comes out through your mouth is your emotion. Like, when you say things, you're not saying what you think, you're saying how you feel. You may think you're saying what you think, but you're actually saying how you feel. And it's coming out of this channel, the 3536. So let's look at it. You have the gate of change and the gate of crisis. I mean, that's not funny, but it's like an oxymoron, right? The quick reference theme, people who sample many different things in life in order to learn from them. Description, these are people who are always ready to try a new experience, often without giving a thought to the repercussions. This is the gate of hunger for something new. Once an experience has been tried, the hunger is fulfilled for a short while until a new cycle arrives, and once again, the hunger returns. These are people who can thus be multi-talented, hence the keynote for this channel, a jack of all trades. Because this is the gate of being empty and or full, these people are easily bored when nothing is happening. They are always seeking the emotional rush of diving into the 36. If they do not wait before they leap into something new, crisis is usually the result. The 3536 is a very strong magnetic connection sexually, being the channel of sexual talent. The 35 looks to the 36 because it represents an unknown experience and is thus excited at the prospect of trying something new. However, the frequent result of such connections is disappointment, since the drive to try something new disappears as soon as it has been fulfilled. The secret is for these people to wait to be clear first, because you have emotional authority. The gate of crisis, the darkening of the light. People who are here to grow through profound emotional experience. This is the gate of emotional turbulence, which usually occurs once the desires of the 30 are expressed. These people are here to learn to handle emotional experiences and to find clarity by going through all kinds of emotional challenges. Both the highs and lows are here to be moved through cycles during which inexperience is transformed into experience. They learn through constant change, which can prove to be both very exciting or deeply overwhelming and destabilizing. These are people with an untapped depth of feelings that are always waiting for someone to trigger them. Whoa, they need the 35 in order to meet the new experience. You have the 35. So this is called the channel of transitoriness, a design of being a jack of all trades. The circuit is the sensing circuit, which means you have to wait for the clarity. You do not have clarity in the now. Quick reference theme. Yours is a life rich in experience. This is your only defined channel, which means this energy is fucking strong as fuck. Yours is a life rich in experience, though poor in meeting the expectations of your own mind or of others. Let me read that again. Yours is a life rich in experience, though poor in meeting the expectations of your own mind or of others. Your deepest talent is for adventure, your goal, the wisdom that nothing lasts. The whole channel. These people are driven to constantly seek out new experiences in life. Theirs is a journey of gathering wisdom through experience. These experiences they have are all part of a wider plan that eventually can give them great depth. However, their personal lives can often seem to pay the price if they do not understand how they operate. Since this is the creative channel of the sensing circuit, these people have a talent for adventure. They are driven by the genetic hunger for change. They move through one experience after another for the wisdom rather than the result of the experience. As they mature, they become more and more creative as they share their experiences, both good and bad, with others. They can be wonderful storytellers as they have so many fascinating experiences. A very sexual channel. This is the channel of, I've been there, done that. How many times have we heard you say that, Jude? The dilemma of these people is that no experience is really personal because they are driven by a genetic need to experience something new. This is sex that is all about the experience rather than the person, which can be a big disappointment when the experience is over. The secret for such people is to surrender all their expectations and simply enjoy the experience or not. These people must wait to be emotionally clear. If they do not wait and things go wrong, they can get trapped in a repetitive loop of doing it again and again. This is a manifesting channel, which means that these people can also be deeply volatile when their experiences turn out different from their expectations. Holy shit. That's intense. Let's talk about your undefined centers now. So, being your only defined channel, that's huge. Why? Because it rules the energy of your chart, basically. It is the one thing that you can rely on. Yeah, exactly. OMG. And you have to recognize that that is what you can rely on. Everything I just read is your consistency. It's like inconsistently consistent. And that's a tough one to take in. You don't have clarity in the now. You have to wait for the emotional wave to pass. That's what having emotional authority means. You have the high, you have the low, and then you have the neutral. And when you find that clarity after the experience sometimes has happened, because it's also sensing circuit, you actually literally don't even know what the fuck is going on until after it's over, after it's done. Literally, because you have the sensing circuit really strongly activated. It's your only circuit that's actually defined. So that makes for a very interesting and I would say frustrating life. And the not self theme of the manifestor is anger. And so you have to be careful with getting angry about things not going your way, getting angry about your expectations not being fulfilled, getting angry about you wanting to have this certain experience or this other experience and then it doesn't turn out the way that you thought, or the minute you have the experience, it's like, man, well, that wasn't that great. You know? I mean, and it'll instantly lead to anger. So when you recognize that that's part of the experience is to have this hunger that may actually never in your life ever be fulfilled is like a whole shift in perspective. Because it's not about the hunger being fulfilled. It's about the hunger. It's about the desire to always be going somewhere or doing something. And that's the focus and the energy that takes you through life, through experience after experience. It's that drive that like moves you, that hunger that moves you, right? Did you know that the city of the 35th gene key is boundlessness? It goes from hunger to, hold on, I have it right here. This is my freaking life's work, so I know this gene key and I know the energy of it really well. Adventure, yeah, hunger to adventure to boundlessness. So it's letting yourself live in the energy of adventure. That's the gift. Life is an adventure. It doesn't have to have an end. There's no end goal for you specifically. And the 36 goes from the shadow of turbulence to the gift of humanity and to the city of compassion. So adventure and humanity are your two gifts. Hunger and turbulence are the two shadows. So it's like the never-ending hunger gives way to like emotional turbulence. But if you transmute those shadows, they become adventure and humanity. And if you move even further into the higher divine gift, it becomes boundlessness and compassion. Like, these are beautiful energies. I would definitely get the gene key. Well, you have the book. Yeah, you're reading the gene keys. So definitely look at those two gene keys because they're important for you. Very, very important for you. The undefined centers, meaning the head, the ajna, the G center, the will, the sacral, the root, the spleen, none of that is defined, which means what? All these centers are absorbing and like taking in and magnifying the energy of the people around you that have these centers defined. So around, you're easily influenced by the thoughts and opinions of others. You have a very open and expansive mind, but you can get attached to certain belief systems that are not yours, maybe because they feel like they give you consistency, but you shouldn't be looking for consistency of the mind. The consistency for you is your emotions and your voice. Your voice, like Ursula says. Your G center, I have no idea where that came from. Your G center is the center of identity. You don't have an identity, and you don't need to have one. You don't need to you don't have a direction. You don't need to prove anything. You have an undefined ego. You're not here to prove anything to anybody. You know, you don't have a sacral, which means you need to take care of your energy. You don't have the energy that other people have. And because of that, you will feel tired often. You don't have a defined root, which means that you feel the pressure of other people. You feel other people's stress, but it's not yours because you're naturally a non-stressed person. And the spleen is, you could feel safe around people that are not actually safe for you just because they have a defined spleen. So you have this, you're always careful, or it's possible that you're always careful in life because you have this sense of I don't know what's safe and I don't know what's not safe. So we have to be careful. But when you are around the wrong person that makes you feel safe, but isn't actually a safe place for you, it'll be detrimental to your health and your immune system. Because that's what the spleen has to do with the immune system too. So you have to recognize how sensitive you actually are. However, you are a manifester, and manifestors are here to initiate, so that you have that part of you that is probably the most powerful thing about you. And so what you desire the most, you need to be able to just go and do. You need to inform people. That's your strategy. You need to let people know, hey, I am going to go do this now. And when you do that, people know you're just going to go fucking do what you're going to do. Like they've known it your whole life. But when you let people know, you will feel the total release of the resistance. People will stop being resistant to you and just let you go do and be like, and surrender to like, okay, Jude's just going to go do what she's going to go do, because you're supposed to go do that. And you're not supposed to be angry. If you're angry, you're off the design. You're not living your design. So what is causing the anger? And then that's the key to being like, whatever that anger is being caused, whatever's causing that anger is, I need to stop doing that thing. That's not good. So there's a lot of conditioning that happens with having so many undefined centers, because you go through life just taking on other people's energies and making them your own, and trying to define things in yourself that are inconsistent and will never be consistent. And then it's the most frustrating thing in the world, because you basically are living a life, you're living someone else's life. So your job is to freaking peel off all the layers of who you are not, because there is a law, I can promise you, that you think is you that is not you, because of all the undefined centers. So much conditioning. So one thing at a time, peel it away, peel it away, peel it away, peel it away, little by little, little by little, little by little. And then you start to really dive into who you truly are and what you can really rely on. And it's really cool because we're going to be diving into this in level 2. So freaking awesome. So I'm going to stop there because that was a lot. I kind of went off on a tangent. I'm sure that was a lot of information that probably helped a lot and brought a lot of clarity. I'd never seen your human design, and that's a crazy chart. It's similar to mine in the sense that I only have 2 defined centers. So yeah, there's a lot to dive into it still, but for like a beginner ride, that was good. That's good. We'll stop right there. All right, you guys. Thank you, everybody that got a reading tonight. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your week. I'm going to be live every day this week. And tomorrow night here on YouTube, we're going to do the astrology of the Scorpio eclipse. On Thursday night, we're going to do the human design of the Scorpio eclipse. And on Friday in the global community, we're going to do our celebration and ceremony and Club Jai. And we're going to invite all the cognition community peeps, because Dylan just asked me to actually host my ceremonies in the cognition community from now on as well. So cool. Like more exposure to new people and more community members. And I'm really excited about that. So come join us in the global community. It's our new private sacred space for all of our events. We have yoga on there, weekly yoga classes, monthly yoga classes, Kundalini. We have the Starseed membership, the Moon Goddess cohort. All of you Moon Goddesses, I want to see you in there. I made it as affordable as possible, $9.99 a month. And we have our first meeting on like the 13th. So it's coming up. I want to see you guys in there, and I want to activate this like powerful frequency of the Moon Goddess again. So super excited. I know somebody came in here and I didn't get a chance to say hi. Maria, I don't think I said hi. If you're still watching, hello. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you every day this week, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. So Sat Nam, everyone. See you soon.